Hi, Trevor here, reflecting on life through music. Welcome and thank you for stopping by. It's fantastic you are here. Well, I trust you enjoyed my last video from Aussie band Crowded House. And through their song Don't Stop Now and a bit of their story talked about the fact that sometimes our inspiration dries up, but then it comes back when we catch the spark. So I trust you found that one an encouragement. Well, we're going from there to a guy that formed the band in 1996 in Texas. This guy's name was Dave Crowder. Now, around the time he was floating around a university called the Baylor University. So it was a Christian training university, and what he was finding really interesting about this university is that none of the students were actually going there. They decided to skip classes and all the rest of it. Now, we don't know why that is. It's just one of those things that happens. And so he thought, well, maybe there's a bit of an opportunity for me to try and do something here instead. So what he ended up doing was actually starting the University Baptist Church, and sure enough, all of the students started going there instead. And I'm sure from there, it all sort of started to change for the university as well. It's normally what happens when you capture people's what people really want in this world. Now, along with that creation of church, Dave Crowder, who was a bit of a musician, singer, songwriter, decided to get a bunch of guys together, and bit by bit, the Dave Crowder band grew. Now, these guys got quite a following, and not just in Texas, but in a few other places in the US, and they actually had a bit of a career. And between 1996 and 2013, they released 11 albums. The album in 2013 was a compilation album. And amongst those albums, there were 16 singles. So pretty prolific period. 11 albums in, 17 years is pretty good, I'm thinking. But it was time naturally for the Dave Crowder band to actually finish up. And at that point, Crowder, as he is now known, decided to go out on his own. And between 2012 and 2021, looks like there's an album this year. 5 albums have been released. Now, Dave Crowder's band and Crowder have actually received a number of GMA Dove Awards. That's recognising excellence in the Christian music genre. And so he's won quite a few GMA Dove Awards. Now, Dave Crowder is quite unique in the world of Christian music. He has this very organic, natural style about him. He has this long beard. It's almost, look, I'm going to be distinctly different here. I don't need to keep the pristine image. I'm just going to be me. And I think people have really responded to that because he does look quite different to the rest of the Christian music scene. And I think he's done that for a reason. He's trying to actually resonate with his audience a bit more by doing that. So a very organic image. He can play guitar. I think he can play banjo as well. He can play piano. And he's got a pretty amazing singing voice. So just an all-round performer. And the guy that can also write his own songs. It's really great to have guys like this in the world, that is for sure. Now, I was looking at the Crowder clips. I was trying to pick a couple that I would actually talk about today, and I settled on this song, Prove It. There's a word that is mentioned many times in this clip, and that is this word, freedom. Got a question for you today, and that is, what is freedom? Well, and obviously you could think, well, freedom isn't in jail. If I wasn't in jail, I wouldn't be free. I'd go when I'm told to go places, and there's bars and there's locked doors and all the rest of it. So that's really obvious that that's not free. But I would argue even then that freedom is not found in something as obvious as that. So I'm assuming that most of us are actually not in jail. And to think, well, okay, if I go on there, if I like go on that holiday, that one I've been wanting to do forever. I'm sitting on the beach and drinking my pina colada, and just watching the sunset go down. Wow, that's really really nice. I'd love to do that. And perhaps in that moment, can I experience freedom? Well, yes, you will for a while, but then you've got to go back to what you normally do, and that freedom kind of disappears. What about actually if I have lots of money? If I have lots of money, I can buy what I want. I can go when I want to. I want to have the house I want. I want to have the car that I want. I can even have the partners that I want. I can send my school kids to the schools that I want. In fact, I can buy every gadget that I need or want. But you'll find doing all that stuff, it's great. I'm sure that sort of life with a stunning view over the city and all the rest of it is great. But I would argue that even then, freedom is elusive. What about if I update my car? No, surely if I get a new car, it's nice and it's new and it's exciting and and it'll be nice to drive around in it. Surely maybe that's freedom. Well, I reckon the newness lasts for about a month, and then it's just your car. I talk about honeymoon periods in cars, the ones where you wash it a bit more and all that sort of thing. Well, yeah, freedom maybe not found there either. What about if I get the job of my dreams? I'll actually, I'll work and I'll get the job, or get that corner office, and or it'll be really, really good after that. I'll be a person of influence and power. We get to that office, then after a period, it's just your office. You don't notice anything different about it. And you think, oh, this wasn't what I was thinking. Maybe freedom isn't found there either. There's something in common about all of those things, and that is that they are external things that we think will provide freedom for us. But I believe that, and I think Dave Crowder believes as well actually, that freedom isn't found in external things. Freedom is found within. Now, what do I mean by that? Well, I remember watching a video once about this thing called goals versus values. We all need goals in this world. I'm going to finish my degree. I'm going to I've saved this much money. I'm going to plan to go on this holiday. All those goals are really, really fine and good. And yes, we need to have goals in our life as long as they're smart, specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, and timely. Smart goals are a really, really good idea. But let's just wonder, you achieve your degree, think, wow, I got my degree, yay. And then you think, okay, now I've got my degree, I'm going to get a job. Then after I get my job, I'm going to buy my house. And after I buy my house, I'm going to get my partner. And after I get my partner, we're going to have kids and all the rest of it. And so once we've achieved one goal, we're looking towards the next one. And my argument in that particular situation is that we are missing the journey a bit. We're so focused on achieving the next goal that we miss out on the life that's passing us by. And we'll find, yes, we've achieved the goal. How cool, I've got my degree. Yay. I've got this certificate now. Right. What's the next thing? Quick, let's get on to the next thing. That particular moment, there is something else that has happened. There's something that has welled up within you. There's something that has grabbed your attention, and it has made you get your degree. Surely the journey towards getting your degree is more important than the degree itself. Sure, the degree will open doors, but the journey, let's not discount the journey, because you have done all of the assignments, you've attended all the classes, You've learned what you needed to do, and you've done what you've needed to do to achieve your degree. See, it wasn't the goal that drove that for you. It was your values, your work ethic, and all the rest of it that actually helped you to achieve that goal. A values-driven life is quite interesting. This video I was talking about before, it cites two kids going to Disneyland. Now one kid is all goal focused. Are we there yet? 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 And the car breaks down and oh my goodness, the world just ends as we know it for that kid. Whereas the other kid is values focused. He's thinking, yeah, I want to get to Disneyland too, but I'm looking around, I'm looking at the way the birds are, I'm looking at the fact that I've never driven through this part of the countryside before. I'm just enjoying being with my family. I'm enjoying the journey as much as the destination. I think we tend to strive for goals and we forget about the journey that we take. I would argue that you achieve a goal, well, you're looking for the next one straight away. So what does that say about the goal that you had previously? It served its purpose, no longer needed, it's not important. We've moved on to the next one. I don't know about you, but I want to just be able to rest in life knowing that I'm achieving something. Not through the goals that I set, but just through the interactions that I have every single day. Because every single day counts. It's not like we put days on hold until our goal happens. Every day counts. And if we do achieve a goal, well, that's just a bonus. It gives us motivation to keep going. But surely it's the journey that is more important than the goal. The goal gives that journey focus, but the goal is just part of our life. If we just think that our life is all about achieving goals, we'll be just setting goals all of our life and not living our lives. It's interesting, that everyone talks about goal setting in this day and age. And only a few people talk about the fact that there is a journey to reaching those goals, that our values will drive. If you are working towards a goal right now, fantastic. Say, for instance, you're a young kid and you're working towards a degree, and think, wow, when I get my degree, it's going to be fantastic. Well done for getting as far as you have got so far, and just keep going and you'll get there. But don't ignore the days, the things that are happening while you are going towards your degree. Don't ignore them, because we are young at the moment and you only have these young days once in your life. So don't let them go by just thinking the goal is where life starts. Life is happening right now. That's the encouragement that Dave Crowder is actually doing through his song Prove It. He's saying to you, okay, if you want freedom, prove to me that you've got it. He has freedom. He believes in his faith. And that's something that comes out a little bit in this song, but not a lot. He's saying, if you're free, how do I know that you're free? Prove to me that you're free. It's an interesting sentence, that one. We may not be in jail, but jails come in all sorts of shapes and sizes. And I think the last thing we want to do is box ourselves into a corner to achieve this all-arching important goal and forget the days that are going by in the meantime. Use those days as an opportunity to build your character, to build your perseverance, to build your resilience, and to connect with people along the way. You know, these videos I've been doing for a while now, and you know, I'm in Sil and C, and I've got to go all the way up to Z. I'll be thinking, right, I'm going to have these videos done in 3-4 years' time, and I get so obsessed with that I forget the fact that I just want to have the time to sit down in front of a camera and just talk, because that's more important than achieving the goal. I suppose that at the same time, one of the goals of this channel is if my videos touch one person, bring one person encouragement, they've done their job. I suppose in a sense, that's the goal. But it's driven by a value of connection and the fact that I think you're pretty cool. So there we go, I suppose. So I trust that will be an encouragement for you today. Well, on to the clips. So we've got a couple of clips from Crowder. We've got Prove It. This came off the American Prodigal album of 2016. Now, Prodigal is based on a biblical story, and it's based on the son who asked his old man for an inheritance, went away, splurged it all, and then came back, and the father kind of accepted him back into the family. It's one of the most well-known stories in the Bible, that one, American Prodigal, that is for sure. We then got Come As You Are. Now, this came off the Neon Steeple album of 2014, and by the way, the Prove It's, that's the official clip, and you can see Dave Crowder with his really long beard driving around in really cool trucks and things like that, and very much just really captures the story of this song really, really well. And we've also got Come As You Are. This came off the Neon Steeple album of 2014. Again, the official clip of this one. This is a little bit more intimate, this one, and a little bit more just him singing with a few guys around him. The invitation here, as I shared a little while ago with City Harbour, is the invitation is to come as you are. The hair, however, the makeup, however, the face, however you come, the invitation is you can just come as you are. So that one's there as well. That particular song has received gold status in single sales. So one song that's kind of resonated with people a little bit, and one of his well-known songs, that is for sure. And I've also included my last video from Crowded House, so if you want to recap on that one, feel free. Well, I really trust it's all been an encouragement for you today as we consider this word freedom, and how we actually achieve this thing called freedom. So if you've come back for another video, very, very fantastic of you to do so. If this is your first time to Life Reflections Through Music, welcome to the channel. It's great that all of you have hung around to the end today. I'm trying to build a better community online, I suppose, by doing these videos. Well, that's it for today. Next time we're going to go onto the band The Crystal Set with their song Benefit of the Doubt from the 1980s. So until then, I'll catch you around.